What is up, everybody? It's D with CBD Got Gaming, aka Fire with Friends. This is my own personal channel. This is the one where we do different reviews, different spicy challenges, and I just generally get to enjoy being around you guys and doing things for fun. I hope you enjoy this one. This one we are going to be reviewing a pepper. I'm not doing several this time. From Publix. And the only reason why I'm doing this particular one is because of how odd it was. I go to Publix quite a bit, and I constantly, like, anytime, and it's seldom that they are out of habaneros, but I go a lot and they have a lot of different variety. Like, you have these types that are super dark green or dark orange. I was going to say green. You have some that have a much lighter tint to them, some that are itty bitty ones, giant ones. And then we stumble across one that looks a little odd. Those are green patches. And at first I thought that perhaps the pepper wasn't fully ripened. And then I come across this bad boy. It has every quality, I'm going to try to put it up to the mic, of a fully grown pepper. This means that when you squeeze it, it's tense, but it gives, and you hear a slight crack in the interior of the pepper as you are doing it. If they get too soft, they're overripe. If you can't squeeze them and they give, they instantly hear a cracking sound, they are not quite ready yet. It's so odd to find a green habanero for me. We just don't see them very often. I have two different habanero plants in my yard. They're one of them is a green habanero. I'm so wrapped up in this pepper. It's a red habanero plant, and then I have an orange habanero plant. I also have Tabascos, a couple of other different things, just to, spice up my world. I love peppers. I love everything heat-wise. I love all these hot sauces and all the reviews I get to do with y'all guys. And I really hope that this channel is going to take off and I can share things that I do with more of you. Upload better content, quality content, and grow as a channel, grow as a community. Without us, there is no YouTube. Without y'all, we have nothing to do. So I am gonna review this though. Yeah, I just thought it was very odd to find it's what we would in the pepper community consider a mustard pod, but that's only because it's green. I don't really think it should be. I think this is kind of a color variant that probably, it may have been picked a little early. I'll be able to tell once I break into it, but I've been saving this pepper for you guys just so I could do a review. I don't have any of my sharp knives right here in front of me, but I am going to still cut it open. That way I can show it to you. Okay, so it does have like a dingy color on the inside. Like, nothing about the placenta is different. Because if you look at chocolate variances, I can smell it though. Oh wow. Whew. As soon as I cut it open, I was trying to show it to y'all, and oh man, that's a lot spicier smelling than the norm. That's kind of nerve-wracking. Alright, so without further ado, this is Fire with Friends. This is the mystery green pod from Publix. I'll try it out. I have a hard time shoving the entire pepper in my mouth. I'm missing a back tooth on both the top up here and the bottom down here. So chewing is somewhat difficult. It does taste very fresh and earthy, but you can taste the habanero flavoring. The placenta is nowhere near as thick. This is the worst part for me for watching other people do reviews and pepper challenges is while they're chewing. Like a weird floral taste just now, which you don't get from habaneros too often. So odd. Okay. So, got it all down. It has habanero heat. Way back in the throat, which is a little bit odd for habaneros. Typically that's around the mouth. The tip of my tongue is gone. It's super lit up. Sorry, coagulation in the back of the throat. Makes it a little hard to talk sometimes. It had a really odd floral taste towards the end, which, like I said, you don't typically get with habaneros. You don't get that floral taste. Habaneros are sweet. While they bring a hell of a lot of heat, they are still a sweet pepper in comparison. The Scotch bonnet is very similar. Typically, Scotch bonnets are typically a little bit bigger, though. Now, that could be undergrown. I mean, like I said, it had a bit more of an earthy taste. But Publix doesn't typically, I mean, if you get pods like this off of it, and then there's a random green one that's literally the same size, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't ready, but, I mean, they were selling it. I just wanted to try it out. Thought it looked really cool. I said it, a little bit more earthy, had a floral taste to it, which is just, like I said, completely odd and off the wall. Still had a very similar sweetness to it as a habanero, and much similar habanero burn to it. But overall, on a heat scale, let's see, for fresh peppers, because I do a little bit different. For sauces, there's a heat scale. For peppers, there's a heat scale. And with sauces, it doesn't even compare. No sauce is ever going to be spicy unless you're using extracts. It's never going to be as spicy as a regular pepper. Simply, if you, like I said, natural ingredients, stuff like that, you're just not going to. If you're using extracts, Dave's Insanity sauce, it's probably a hell of a lot hotter than this. You will hurt yourself if you get hot sauces that have extracts. Please don't do that. Like, disclaimer here. The things I do, I love peppers. I love pepper sauces. I love anything I can get my hands on that is spicy. But if your body's not made for it, your body's not made for it. And that's just plain and simple. Don't hurt yourself. Don't think you're brave and you're going to be able to tackle the world's hottest pepper. And the worst thing you've ever eaten was a jalapeno on a taco. You're not going to be able to do it. You're probably going to hurt yourself. You will regret it for days. I did the Pocky. I'll upload that video shortly because I actually have not. I did a 1 million Scoville challenge. I was just taking Pocky Ghost pepper chips, which weren't that hot, and I mixed 5 habaneros. Habaneros ranking at about 200,000 Scoville. So I was thinking, 5 of them. There you go. That's 1 million plus the chips, which is really what I was trying to review that day, but I wanted to make a challenge in itself. Sorry, pepper burp. So, heat's starting to dissipate. Can't feel it around the lips anymore, because as you're chewing peppers, it gets like all towards the inside, like right there in front of your teeth as you're chewing, and it'll light your lips up pretty heavily. Still heavy in the back of the throat down here, but not so much in the mouth. Like maybe the roof of my mouth a little bit, but it dissipated a lot faster than I anticipated. Like I said though, just finding a green habanero. I didn't ever see one of these at Publix before, and I thought, what the heck, might as well. My wife and I both, anytime we see new things, new spicy peppers, new this, new that, I try to pick it up anytime I can. I love doing these reviews for you. And, I try to do what we can. Not every pepper is going to look the same. They all have different variances. They all have different colors and everything else. So sometimes it could be an accidental cross on, one of the farms that Publix is trying to do. I mean, it's very possible. Rats tend to eat peppers. They may not take very much out of the peppers because the capsaicin hits them. They think that it's a fruit, which, considering, yeah, peppers are berries, but they bite into them and they freak out. It's from what I understand, it's somewhat amusing, and that's just wildlife for you, silly peoples. All right. Well, like I said, the heat is almost gone. I'm about 6-7 minutes in. Like I said, it's completely dissipated in the back. I can feel it down in my esophagus, just residual a little bit. Overall, as a pepper, I would only put that as like a standard habanero, maybe even like half a point less because of the fresh taste and that floralness afterward, which makes me think that it probably was not completely ripe when they picked it. Did have all the qualities, and it was a delicious pepper, but at the same time, it is what it is. Now, this is D. This is Fire with Friends. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget, like and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.